Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Jesse Swift, and if you're new to the channel, then welcome to the Think Now Network. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review of the CW Warner Brothers DC special, Dawn of the Justice League. Now, I've been looking forward to this event all week, and they had promised quite a bit of content, and did they deliver? Absolutely, they delivered, and I can't tell you how much I enjoyed watching this, but without further ado, I want to crack into what we did actually see during the special. First of all, one of the first things we saw, just to kick it off, of course, it's the Dawn of the Justice League, and what do we have coming out in March? But Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Personally, my most anticipated film for 2016, and I'm somebody that I kind of want to avoid spoilers, but at the same time, any content you can give me, I will take. So I was glad that we got to see some extended shots in this featurette, but nothing that was too spoilerific or nothing that revealed anything that we didn't already know. But we did get some really good shots and added dialogue from Superman, and they were interviewing Henry Cavill as well as Ben Affleck, and it was really great to hear them talk about their characters, which we haven't gotten a lot of opportunity to do so yet. But that was very awesome. You can find the featurette on YouTube or comicbookmovie.com and check it out. But after that, we had some really fantastic concept art of characters that we had heard had been cast, but we haven't really seen them, and that is Flash and Cyborg. We know Ezra Miller from Perks of Being a Wallflower is going to be playing the Flash, and there is some mixed feelings in regards to that casting. I personally am in favor of it just because I've seen what Grant Gustin has done on television, and I personally gave Grant Gustin a lot of doubt when he was first cast, and Ezra in a lot of ways kind of reminds me of him. So I'm hoping that they pull it off really well, and it's never a bad idea to cast a huge comic book fan that can really bring what they know to be true of the character to this big screen. And then Cyborg, the actor, I don't know much about other than I know that he acted on Broadway, but he'll be playing Victor Stone in Batman v Superman, and then down the road Cyborg in his own movie, as well as the Justice League movies. And as far as what do I think of the looks and the concept art, Flash I'm a little undecided on. They said that they were going to give him a post-apocalyptic look, and I kind of understand that. Instead of it being just kind of like a tight suit like it is in the TV universe, it's almost like armor. And if you're going that fast, you're battling superhumans and metahumans and things like that, you're going to need some kind of armor. So it made more sense. From what I saw, it looks like they just have the lightning bolt without the circle around it. So I have mixed feelings about the suit. I want to see it in live action and not just concept art, and then gather a real opinion about it. But for now, it's cool enough. Cyborg looks pretty cool. He looks like not quite as bulky as he has been in the past, but just like the metal and the machinery and just the robotics in him are more so part of him, and they kind of are synthesized with his body, and it all blends together and meshes really well. So it's not quite as big and bulky as we've seen in some of the animated features and things like that. And then additional to that, they talked about just Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and some of the other characters that are going to be involved in Justice League, and how each character, what they bring to the table individually as far as power sets, personality, and things like that. So it gave you a really good inside look if you didn't already know what to expect from the Justice League. So I think this special is really helpful for the general audience that isn't as familiar as some of us comic book geeks are, or the sweaties. But of course, the two highlights of the Dawn of the Justice League special is, of course, our very first actual look at I mean, we have seen Wonder Woman in action in the Dawn of Justice trailers, but this is the first look at her actual movie that they've been filming for, I think, about a month now, and it looks great. I love that each of the DC movies are going for such a different flavor. They feel like you can tell that they're part of the same universe, but at the same time they feel like they completely stand on their own. And I'm a huge Marvel fanboy. I love Marvel, and you know, they've tried to do Guardians and Winter Soldier and things that feel different, but when you take a step back and you look at them, they do all kind of just blend together, having the same amount of humor and formula and things like that. They do repeat themselves quite often. So far, what I'm seeing with DC and Warner Brothers, with Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman, is each movie completely stands apart and on its own, but at the same time fits within the timeline and overall essence of what the DC universe is coming to be. So I found that to be really exciting. I really enjoyed the first look at Wonder Woman. of the movie. It looks kind of like they took elements of 300. I saw some slow-mo in the fighting, but then you put Wonder Woman in there, so like a female Spartan essentially, and she's riding on horses and she's wielding her sword and shield. And the story is, I don't think this is really spoilers because it was in the special, but the Amazonians have completely disregarded man's world, and Gal Gadot's character Diana Prince feels that they need to reestablish a connection with man's world. They were sworn to protect them. The Amazonians say that they're not worth protecting. So this is her kind of going on a journey to bridge the gap between the Amazonians and our world and create peace and establish herself as a protector, or you know, a superheroine in that universe. So I'm very much looking forward to them finally bringing Wonder Woman onto the big screen and getting her own movie. It'll be great to see her in Dawn of Justice, but to me that's just a little flavor, and then at this point we'll be able to see her whole movie, and I think it'll be fantastic. Although that being said, I am more convinced now that Gal Gadot was a good choice, but I am still not fully convinced. I think she still could possibly disappoint me, but I'm going to be cautiously optimistic just from what I've seen. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about this because I'm going to do a whole separate video for it, but we did get our first official trailer for the Suicide Squad, because the first one was one that was shown during Comic-Con, and then it wasn't supposed to be leaked out to the general audience. It was leaked, and then Warner Bros. Just decided to give everyone an HD version of the trailer. And a lot of people were complaining that it didn't show much and there wasn't a lot of effects and things like that. Well, to be honest, there were still a few weeks left to film Suicide Squad, and on top of reshoots and everything else. And also, that trailer came out roughly a little over a year before the movie's actually due to come out. The movie's coming out in August, so they didn't really have time to do a lot of post-production or CGI, and the fact that we got the trailer that we did, a full like 2.5 minute trailer, was really impressive, plus a first look at Joker and everything else. Now, this being the first real trailer, this isn't even a teaser, this is a full-blown trailer. You get a good idea of what's going on in the story. We still don't know who the main villain is. We see Joker, but we don't know if that's really the focus of the story. But we do get a little insight of who each character is, what they do, and how they got to where they are. So please stay tuned for my full analysis of the Suicide Squad trailer, and I look forward to seeing you then. And until next time, may the film be with you. Always.